Hermen, welcome to the old E3 stage here, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
But, you know, Killzone 2 to Killzone 3, much quicker development time, obviously. So, as a gamer, thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Where are you bringing the story? Where are you bringing the characters this time?
So we're picking up exactly where we left off with Killzone 2. Fazari, main nemesis, is dead. You think you've done pretty well, but really the tables have turned on you. Your invasion fleet pretty much entirely has been annihilated. You find yourself pretty much as a mouse in the middle of a cat fight. You're trying to find a way to get the hell out of the planet at this point in Killzone 3, and that's what you're about to do.
You spend all of Killzone 2 getting to the top of the totem pole, and then you find out you're under the soil.
Boom, that's it.
Yeah, take us right back down. I appreciate that.
All right, and so the engine has had a bit of an overhaul. What has that allowed you to do?
So, you know, with Killzone 2, we kind of felt that we scratched the bottom of it. We've really been able to secure another 30–40%. We're using that for much broader, bigger scale, much bigger environments, a lot more detail on the screen once again, and also a lot of variety in the gameplay. You know, a lot of different settings, and I think that's what's going to define Killzone 3.
Well, yeah, what are some of those settings? I'd love to hear where we're going to be.
We just saw Winter Wonderland, a winter scene.
Yeah.
Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland,
it's
exactly.
Beautiful and safe.
Those are the Arctic seas, the north of Helghan, and then we have alien jungle, very terrifying setting. Then there will be the nuclear aftermath of Killzone 2. The wastelands. There will be, even in the finale of the game, we're going to take you all the way up into space. There's going to be a lot of diversity there.
We also just saw friggin' jetpacks.
Absolutely.
Finally in Killzone.
Yeah.
So can we expect multiple like sort of vehicles or modes like that?
There's going to be quite a lot of vehicle gameplay in Killzone 3, and this is something we've taken inspiration from Killzone Liberation, where we introduced the jetpacks first. We really wanted to take that into the first-person experience for the first time in Killzone 3.
Yeah, it's a very interesting and dynamic viewpoint for the jetpack as well. And you guys, you managed to, like you said, get 30 to 40% more out of the game engine.
Yeah.
How much of that is being devoted to the fact that you guys are in 3D now, which is incredible?
Yeah, that's not really comparing apples to apples, but you know, 3D is obviously a different way of rendering, and you got to render it in a double way, and it's already looking great. The performance is there. It's not the huge effort that people always ask me that it is. You know, the challenge is not in creating the 3D environment. That's already there. That was always in 3D. The challenge really lies in creating that HUD and attaching that onto the 3D world and making that look good. You know, having the HUD, and you guys don't watch movies, 3D movies with subtitles, but back in Europe we do, right? In non-native English-speaking countries, you often see those float in front of the screen. They got to be good. You know, the reticule, the crosshair, they got to be at the right distance, the right depth, right. And that's the main challenge. And
who are some of the enemies that we're going to be fighting?
So the enemies are going to be a lot more brutal, a lot more what we call hard sci-fi. These jetpackers is the one that we're introducing, the level that we're talking about. You know, these guys are...
they look friendly, like they're going to drop down and give you a cookie basket?
They're very friendly, and I think they're very much indicative of what you can expect in Killzone 3. You never quite know what to expect. In Killzone 2 we introduced the cinematic deaths. In Killzone 3, we've got that, but we're taking it to an entirely different level. You shoot one of these guys out of the sky, they come back, they arch, they might land at your feet, they might kill your buddy, you never know what to expect.
So you think the job is done, you've killed them, and then they might swoop
back to
when you least expect it.
And weaponry-wise, I mean, Killzone's always been about like thick, heavy guns and blowing people away. I'm assuming Killzone 3 is going to be no exception to that rule?
Absolutely not at all. We're actually going back to an extent to Killzone 1, take inspiration from those massive gyro mount weapons that we had. So there's a minigun that you're using on the intruder. Later on, we're introducing the Wasp, which is a kind of a nickname. It is a portable weapon of mass destruction, swarming missiles, but it also got like an aerial strike as a secondary fire option. Massive weapon.
I like that the secondary function is an aerial strike.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if that wasn't disastrous enough. Like, it's a water gun, but it could also nuke a planet.
Essentially makes you into a one-man army, which is a great empowering feeling after you've done all the hard work.
Of course, and what about multiplayer? Because, you know, obviously solid single-player campaign are going to forward the story. What can we do when we get this game online with our friends?
You know, multiplayer is really the other half of the game, as I call it. It's got a lot of innovation in it, a lot of cool new stuff. It's going to be very cinematic again. We're really focusing a lot on accessibility. We're making it easier for newer players to get into. We're also making it easier to play it with your friends, and the exact features I'll talk to you about more later in the year.
And what is something that's in the game that's really going to speak to the fans of the series? And what did you have to include because the fans would not accept this game without it?
You know, the fans have been making a lot of noise about Rico as your main body, right? And they love him, and sometimes he can be a little bit frustrating. We've really sort of made him very useful. So now he's reviving you again when you least expect it. He's going to be very, very sweet to you.
All right, well, Hermen, the game obviously looks amazing. We know it's going to play amazing. When can we get our hands on the controller and actually get in the action?
So, you know, at the SCA booth, it's available here at E3. It's going to launch in February of next year, and it's going to be a global release. And that's going to include 3D and fully available in PlayStation Move functionality as well.
The internet will cry that day. Hermen, thank you for coming by. We really appreciate it. That was Killzone 3, everybody.